And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. John Bon Jovi, we got a good show for you tonight. Coming up on episode 187, hustle, loyalty, and disrespect as John Cena turns heel at WWE's Elimination Chamber event. Also, where would be the worst place to hide drugs on your body? We'll discover that. Plus, Kush reviews Last Breath. In this week's movie review, and much more, I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you, the People's Podcast, the original Waffle Box. It's the best part of Wednesdays. You love it because we do it. We do it because we love you, coming all the way from the future. We're almost Super Bowl 60, 48 short weeks away, Mike Fish.
Ooh.
The producer, Lathan, did you even bother punching in tonight?
Greetings, gentlemen. I hope you're as relaxed and refreshed as I am after another week off from the show. What did you guys get up to last week?
Well, we were here. We did the show. Like, where
It was a good show, too.
Using apparently in Cancun. I guess how was your time in Mexico?
Well, yeah, that's my bad then, I guess. Anywho, one good thing to come from my trip to Mexico is that I started to pick up some of the local lingo.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I heard a lot was "Deja de mirarme los pechos, por favor," which according to Google Translate means, "Please stop looking at my breasts." It really is such a beautiful language.
Marvelous. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time.
It is a love language. It is a love language.
Kush, we're back again for another week. I'm here with another brand new hoodie. Naysayers say, Mike, you already have an orange hoodie. This is peach, dipshit. Learn to tell colors, unless you're colorblind.
Ours says crimson, but I'm also wearing colored glasses, so go figure.
Wow, there you go. That's been my week. How's your week been? What have you been up to?
From all-star to all-elite, I had the privilege of working the Oakland Arena for AEW Collision.
Ooh.
This is literally like the first time I've worked for them, but only my second experience with anything they've done. They were on a very fun show. Everybody couldn't have been nicer. Some of the easiest work I've ever had. And then it was just like I was transported back to my glory days at APW, at the APW garage when I was 26. Only this time I got paid for it. And I was just like, this is the number 2 best day in the office.
Nice. How was it, right? So I'm adverse to, keeping up with the old wrestling business. Mm-hmm. And I'm aware that right now, AEW likes to run big buildings. I don't know, maybe it's a rent or whatever it might be. But they don't have many people there. How was it?
So I can tell you that they actually tarped off the entire upper deck. That row sections 200 plus, you were not allowed up there, so everybody was as close to the ring as it could be. Not a sellout by any means, but it was a pretty packed house for what it was, and the crowd was into it. It was a good crowd.
That's the main thing. As long as everyone's having fun, that's the main thing.
Everyone was having fun. There was also 2 Ring of Honor tapings, and that got pretty nuts as well. So but yeah. Super positive experience. Can't wait for them to come back, and hope I get invited again. It was a great opportunity.
Marvelous. Well, stay tuned, wrestling fans, because we're going to have more wrestling talk in this week's top stories. But before we get into it,
actually, for that.
I didn't really watch enough of it, and I'm not much of a movie guy for it to warrant a top story. But Oscars happened this past Sunday.
It did. It did.
Highlights, lowlights. What would you say? Wicked didn't do very well, from what I gather.
Wicked got 2. So the big winner was this movie called Anora, which was like in San Francisco for maybe 2 weeks, and then I was surprised that the my local Regal didn't do some sort of Best Picture festival where you could just see all of them again. That's normally a thing. This year, not a thing. I don't know. But Anora came out with 5 out of 6 of their nominations. They were the big winner. Everyone else, if you won, you maybe won twice or you won once. So but it was also just, I don't know if I just didn't have anything invested in it this year because I was just so busy with the day job. Yeah, I no snubs for me. So I don't know. Maybe Honora is the best picture. I really don't know. I couldn't say. I saw only three of the 10 movies nominated this year. That would have been Dune, um, Conclave, and then Wicked. And we reviewed all three of them here on the Waffle Box. So and all three of them were great. Otherwise, yeah. Conan's funny, except for when he isn't. But that batting average was very slim of not like he put on a good show. Does he come back next year? TBD.
So he got
Otherwise,
some backlash from Drizzy fans.
well,
I
I'm
thought,
sure they're
because
used to it.
if you're not familiar, like what happened was around halfway through the show, Conan O'Brien comes out and says, "Hey, it's the halfway point of the show, so expect Kendrick Lamar to
Kendrick
come out,
O'Brien.
Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile." And it was like, that's a kind of funny joke because he's referencing the Super Bowl halftime show, ha ha ha. Ha. And then
I dropped a damn.
all these people on the internet were like, "Oh, what is this? How dare he call Drake a pedophile?" Blah 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 blah. So he didn't call him a pedophile. He just made a joke about Kendrick Lamar calling him a pedophile. But Conan O'Brien never directly called Drake a pedophile. Relax, Drake fans. Everything's gonna
Yeah,
be okay. Oh,
I
there's no allegation. There's no blah, 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 blah. So, all right, Jesus. I
yeah,
could never
I'm
imagine what it's like
definitely
to
not
live
offended.
life where you're like so obsessed with a celebrity that you just
Right?
spend all day on the internet defending them, searching for any bad comments about them, and going, "I must defend them." Like, what kind of
Yeah,
life
right.
is that?
It's got to be a sad one, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
You can like Drake, but yeah, don't worry. Drake can fight his own battles with Kendrick Lamar and vice versa.
I mean, he's got good lawyers. He'll be fine.
Hmm. TBD.
Anyway, should we just get straight into the top stories?
Yeah, let's do it.
Lathan, if you could, hit the stories, hit the jingle,
Well,
hit the...
actually,
Oh,
before we get
Hmm.
into the week's top stories, since
Oh, we're
today is Ash Wednesday and the official
oh,
beginning of Lent, I thought it would be fun for you both to share what you're giving up this year.
ooh. Are you
um,
into the old Lent?
nah. I have not been into it since I haven't had to do it since the end of the eighth grade,
No. How old was that? Trying to see if it adds up.
1993.
Uh, Okay, so you was 1993 years old. That doesn't help me at all.
I was it was 1993. I was in the eighth grade. I don't know what 13, 14.
There we go. Thank you. Jesus, that was
Jesus,
hard. It was like
no, Jesus to
dragging
you,
blood
man.
from a stone.
It's
It's not
35
an
fucking years
interrogation.
ago.
I'm not a cop. It's okay. We're all friends here. This is a safe space. You can share.
Smart ass.
Yeah. Anyway, I look at Lent. I'm not a religious man myself, but I look at Lent like a New Year's resolution. It's all bullshit. But here's a fun hack, a life hack for those that do. To make it easier, you should promise to give up something that you never do anyway. Therefore, it's really easy to do.
Pretty sure that's against the rules. It's supposed to be something
Really?
that you enjoy doing. Yeah.
So I can't say, "Oh, I'm going to give up heroin for Lent."
Nope. And you can't wish for a million wishes. It's
What if I no, I got nothing. Anyway. So there you go. I'll just keep doing heroin. Lathan,
there you go.
are you giving up anything for Lent?
Well, I'm created using artificial intelligence. I don't exist, so I'm not giving up anything, you silly little goose.
Fantastic.
You brought it up. Oh.
I don't know, right? I thought it was going to be a bit, but never mind. Anyway, now that's out the way. Lathan, if you could do the honors, press the little button to release the jingle for this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Bubble. Always with the bubbles.
John Cena is in the big news this week as he has turned heel for the first time in over 20 years in his wrestling career. Ooh. So much so, even though they didn't give it, serious coverage, even old Talk Sport Radio in the UK even talked
Oh,
about, did you hear? John Cena turned heel, whatever that means, but they knew about it. It was a thing. They knew about it.
mhm.
Do you want me to keep bringing you up to speed, Kush?
Yeah, please. I've seen part of a video on Facebook. I've seen some memes in like Simpsons groups. So I know. Oh, Kai of Kush and Kai sent me a video where a baby was crying because John Cena
Oh,
turned heel. Like it's
damn.
this is big. This is a big deal.
So for those that know, John Cena is like the face of WWE. He's been like a huge, huge star. He was like the Hulk Hogan of this generation. And much like Hulk Hogan, eventually, to freshen things up or to keep himself from getting bored, he turns heel. So
Break it down.
so Dwayne The Rock Johnson is now on IRL in real life on the board of directors of TKO.
Hmm.
Like I think he has like in some kind of he got like less than 2% of the shares, but he's technically like part of the ownership group of this company.
Really? Okay.
And so his now on-screen character is the final boss. That's his new nickname, the
I
final
remember that from
boss.
last Mania.
And so what he wanted to do, he was speaking to Cody Rhodes, who is the WWE champion. Like he wanted him to be his champion.
Mhm.
He wanted him to be like the corporate champion,
The
the
corporate
face.
champion.
And but the way he did it was really weird. Was that he was like, I want that. And Cody Rhodes, what you want a title shot? And he goes, no, 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 I want that. And he pointed to his heart, and he's like, I want your soul. Give me your soul. And at Elimination Chamber, you will give me your answer as if you're gonna give me your soul. And he just kept saying, give me your soul. And it's
Mhm.
like 20-minute promo. It's really weird. Like,
Huh.
you know how sometimes like there's storylines that you like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm intrigued. Let's see where this goes.
Sure.
Pretty much everyone I spoke about to this was like, what the fuck was he talking about? Like everyone was so confused what was going
Mhm.
on. But basically, he wanted him to sell his soul, but he
Mhm.
said it in a really convoluted way. Anyway,
Okay.
fast forward to the Elimination Chamber this past Saturday. And what had happened was John Cena won the Elimination Chamber match. Therefore, he then qualified to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the title.
Okay.
And while he was in the ring, Cody Rhodes comes out to congratulate him. And we're like, hey, me and you at WrestleMania. And then The Rock comes out for his answer. And he's like, so, Cody Rhodes, are you going to give me your soul? And Cody Rhodes does something really super, super, super cheesy. And he's like, there's no way I can give you my soul because my soul no longer belongs to me. I gave my soul to this ring and to these fans long ago. And he was like, ugh, okay, fine. But then he was like, hey, Rock, go fuck yourself. And I'm not paraphrasing. He literally said, go fuck yourself.
Did
And
they
the
bleep
crowd
it?
goes, no, no bleeping.
Ooh, fun.
And the crowd goes wild. John Cena goes wild. John Cena starts jumping up and down like Elon Musk does every time he walks out on the stage recently.
Oh,
And
really?
and then Cody Rhodes turns to John Cena, shakes his hand, and goes, "Hey, me and you, WrestleMania." And so they dab, they shake, and they give going for a hug. And whilst they're hugging, John Cena just gives this menacing look to The Rock, and The Rock does a slit throat. Rare. And then John Cena exits the hug, kicks Cody Rhodes in the dick, and then proceeds to just beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes. Uh, Travis, what's his face? The rapper was there for some fucking reason. I have no idea. I can't remember his name. Travis something. He's a
Mhm.
rapper. He's famous, apparently. But yeah, he
I'm
was
out of
just
the
there.
loop.
Like with Sage. It was really
Oh,
weird.
okay.
And then The Rock like whipped him with his belt, and then the pay-per-view
Cody
ended.
Rhodes with the belt.
Yeah, and then the pay-per-view ended with The Rock and John Cena standing next to each other with their foot on top of Cody Rhodes. And the crowd's like, oh. And that was that. So there you go.
Wow.
John Cena, the bad guy. Thoughts?
I miss talking to wrestling fans and having them reenact the entire pay-per-view in front of me.
I should have bought puppets. That would have been fun.
It sounds intriguing. Yeah, I'd like to go back and find that promo with The Rock where he's demanding Cody Rhodes' soul. I want to see John Cena jump up and down like Elon Musk. That sounds delightful. And then yeah, the fans have been asking for this for 20 years. John Cena needs to go heel again. And now they got it. And all I'm seeing is like, "Ooh, John Cena, I hate you. That was rude." So has Cody Rhodes dropped the belt since Mania, or he's been holding on to that sucker the entire time?
He's been a year-long champion, baby.
Power out. Yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to WrestleMania based on just that.
Which is kind of cool in terms of like championship belt holding. They
Mhm.
seem to have gone a little bit old school because like Cody's had it for a year, and then the guy who had it before him had it for like 3 years.
Yeah, yeah, Roman Reigns. What happened to the Royal Rumble winner? Is he not at Mania? I know there's a female Royal Rumble. We ain't talking about her.
The Royal Rumble was won by Jay Uso.
Okay. Is he
You're big,
challenging for a
you know his
title?
father from back in the day.
Yeah.
He's challenging Gunther for
Mm.
the Raw World Heavyweight Championship.
All right.
So there's
And
two world
Cody's the
champions.
SmackDown
One on
champion?
yeah, Cody's the SmackDown
Gotcha.
champion,
Gotcha.
which is
But the
stupid.
SmackDown champion was on Netflix. Oh no, it was Elimination Chamber, the pay-per-view. Excuse me. Okay, okay.
Elimination Chamber is the pay-per-view on
Copy
Peacock in
that.
US or Netflix worldwide.
Dig it. All right.
And fun fact,
Just the
Oh, I
facts,
like fun
ma'am.
facts.
Elimination Chamber is not known as Elimination Chamber in Germany.
Oh, yeah. I can see why that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
What do
So
they call it out there?
the pay-per-view is called No Escape.
How do they get around all the banners and the ring skirt and all that stuff in
I don't
Germany?
know. I would love to watch the German feed. I just wonder if they were like, oh, and now it's time for the beep match.
Yeah, right. Or like, do you think they tile it out like they used to do with the WWF
Yeah, I
logo
don't.
during the
Just a lot of
post-Attitude
blurring.
Era? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be fascinating to see.
Okay. German fans, I know you're out there. Let us know what's going on your no wait, no escape.
Yeah, or maybe they're just really confused. Like, and now WWE No Escape, and then it goes into arena. And there's just signs everywhere saying Elimination
Mhm.
Chamber. They're probably like, what the fuck is going on?
Wasn't there already? I know there's no way out, and I don't think
There
they
was
do
no
that
way
anymore.
out.
But hasn't there been a no escape already?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe. Anyway, so there you go. John Cena, bad guy. Boo. See how
I
that
look
goes.
forward to
Leading up to
seeing what comes
WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Anyway,
I like those odds.
get it? I get it. Next up, let's move over to down under to Australia, where a couple said that they were forced to sit next to a dead body for 4 hours on a Qatar Airlines flight.
Oh, I mean, where are you gonna put it?
That's not good.
It probably did
Mitch,
stink though.
Mitchell and Jennifer were traveling from Melbourne to Doha en route to Italy when a woman walked out of the toilet and collapsed near their row about 10 hours into the journey. Unfortunately, the woman could not be saved. Mitchell said, quote, they tried to wheel her up towards business class, because that's what you want to, you pay the extra money, you want to get I want to see the dead body. But she was quite a large lady, shall we
Oh
say,
no.
and they couldn't get her through the aisle. The pair, who were the only ones in a row of four, said flight attendants put the woman in one of the spare seats for the remaining 4 hours of the flight. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a weekend at Bernie's, but a flight edition. Did they put sunglasses on her? I hope so.
Yeah, probably. They probably I would hope they covered her at least. Uh there's no way to spin this. Like this is a terrible flight.
Yeah.
I think the best thing you could say is like, well, at least there's like a one seat gap. But I don't even know. I don't even know if you can say at least. Yeah.
Sure, they had to spend an entire flight sitting next to a dead body, but on the plus side, at least they got to use both of the armrests. Every cloud, silver lining, etc.
No, not really. They still just share the one between them. Lathan, you shut up. Um,
At least they don't,
yeah,
because everyone's had that flight where the stranger next to him is like maybe a nervous flyer and they just keep talking. They won't shut up.
mhm.
This one's not going to talk
I
much.
haven't had the talker, but I have had the diminutive, tiny 4'11" girl who was in the center row and made sure both her elbows were all the way out. And like, I'm good with you having that armrest. I'm not going to try and fight you, but you're literally stabbing me in the ribs with your sharp ass elbow, and you're the smallest person in this row. I don't know how you did that.
I've had a flight from New York to Hong Kong,
Ooh,
which is like that's one of those like 14, 15 hour flights.
right, right.
And I was sat next to a very large gentleman.
Oof.
And nothing against, I'm not going to get into the whole, but this guy just radiated heat. It was like I was
Oh,
sitting next to the sun for the whole flight.
and it was the summer, wasn't it?
May time, so yeah, early summer, early like working into summer, and then I finally get to everything is fucking hot as fuck. But yeah, there we go. Never a good look. Anyway, he said, Mitchell Ring, by the way, he said that there were a few spare seats nearby, but claimed the crew didn't offer to move them. At that point, I don't think you need to wait to be offered. Just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna get up and sit in those spare seats.
Yeah,
Because
right.
what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Oh, excuse me, sir, you have to go back to your seat. Bitch, there's a dead body there.
Yeah.
Maybe can I? I'm sure
Would
they're
you
not gonna
mind?
put up much of a fight.
It's kind of weird we have to explain this much to you.
Yeah.
Go.
Just don't wait to be offered, or at least put your hand up. Excuse me, may
Get you
may
an
I?
extra, give you an extra shot of rum or whatever on the next run. Yeah.
Oh, I bet I'm not one that sleeps on a plane. I bet they did not sleep a wink.
Be a little difficult too.
Yeah. Mr. Ring also said that he was told to stay put whilst medical teams removed blankets covering the woman when they landed. Like, why?
Oh, wait, so they couldn't even get up when like
Like,
the
they had
rest
to
of the plane
sit
has
there
departed?
and wait for the dead body
That's
to be
fucked up.
removed? Yeah, just let
That's
everyone
fucked up.
off. Surely that'd be the best way to do it, right? Everyone off as quickly as you can. Let us deal with this situation. Not, yeah, it's weird.
Wait, so the rest of the plane had to wait for the body to be removed, or just was it just those two people?
The way this is worded, I feel it was just them two. I think
Okay.
the airline staff had something in for
Yeah.
these. Like,
Yeah, that's worst flight ever for those two people.
maybe this is when
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher jumped out. It's like, ah,
Ah,
you're being punked. But no. So yeah, they were offered no support, but Qatar Airways are apparently going to reach out to them and help them out. Probably give them like a $200 credit or some shit like that. They always do.
no, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get a full refund on that.
I'd like to think so.
There, I used to work at a hotel downtown San Francisco, and one day a dude walked in off the street, was not a guest there, went up to the top floor, kicked out a window, and the woman next to that window popped her head out just as this dude leapt out. And they were just like, give this woman anything she wants. Free stay, anything she needs. Like she's getting it. Do not deny her anything. So
Jesus, so that guy knew exactly what he wanted to do and how to do it.
yeah.
There was no
The,
bullshit with that guy.
you want to hear what the craziest thing was? He came in from it was the day George W. Bush got inaugurated.
Oh, so he wasn't a Bush fan? Or you
I
just putting
guess
two and
not.
two together and maybe getting
I
fired?
mean, he never. 2 and 2 is whatever, dude. Like that was the date. There was some protest downtown. He walked in and he dove. He didn't say he didn't tell anybody at the front desk nothing. He just.
Jesus.
Mhm.
T's and P's.
So, anyways, I
Um,
imagine these folks are at least not going to be charged for their trip,
fingers crossed.
minimum.
Next story, we go to Colombia. Oh, any guesses what the story from Colombia is featuring?
Feathered pillows.
Yes, correct.
Oh,
A Colombian man has been caught trying to smuggle over $10,000 worth of cocaine under a wig.
it would have been funny if
Marvelous.
you said feathered pillows, but
That would
okay.
have been funny.
Yeah. $10,000. That's not a lot of cocaine. Or that is a lot of cocaine. Like it's still just under a wig, right?
It's just all sewn into his wig. So the drugs
Hmm.
were discovered by police after the 40-year-old attempted to board a plane to Amsterdam, Rafael Nunez International Airport. Footage released by police show the wig being cut off the man's head. Oh, fucking hell. Like, what was it, sewn in or some shit?
Yeah, right. Probably glued on.
And to reveal 19 capsules of cocaine, which weighed 220 grams. See, not much. Not a lot of cocaine, I
I
guess.
mean, it's still just the shape of his skull. So yeah. Huh.
The man was arrested on suspicion of trafficking. Suspicion?
Oh, just suspicion.
What? I'm pretty sure he did it. Manufacturing and carrying narcotic substances. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he fucking did that.
For some strange reason, I'm reminded of classic 1970s pornography. Apparently, they had never heard of a razor back then. I remember seeing some bushes that could have easily stashed at least 20 grand worth of blow.
They did like hairy vaginas back then, didn't they?
Yeah. Grooming wasn't a big thing then.
Don't know where we go from that. Anyway. So yeah, there you go. Also, that's probably why Ronald McDonald's always so happy. How much cocaine he's got under there, and that fiery
Well,
red
it
afro
keeps
he's
it all
got.
in the nose. Mhm.
Oh, in the nose as well. Whatever good body part or addition to your body would be a good cocaine stash.
Oh, geez, I do not know. I've never
What
done this
about
stuff.
those the fake, the glasses with the big fake nose and mustache? Just be
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
look at me, I'm on a bachelor weekend. Or you
Yeah,
got like some cocaine
that'll
in your
definitely
nose.
get you a baggie in there.
Yeah.
Like, right there. Oh yeah, you do it right again. You just leave the nose on and you just go to town on yourself. Woo!
Maybe some fake.
That's actually a joke from Shakes the Clown. Great movie. Bobcat Goldthwait. You would love it.
Oh, I'm sure I would. I'll give it a try. Maybe, or if it remember Bad Grandpa, the movie from Jackass people?
Yes.
Maybe some fake testicles hanging low, or some coke in there.
Hmm. No. That would show up on the X-ray still.
True. Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, Serious Squad, if you've got an idea of where you'd like to stash cocaine, send us a text message at 347-559-5227 or a voice message. That'd be nice. Finally, China. Oh, 2 weeks ago. China. This is going to be the greatest story ever. Everyone's going to love it. China. A company in China introduced a policy threatening single employees with termination if they were not married by the end of September.
Oh, no pressure.
The Shuntian Chemical Group, based in eastern China's Shandong province, Shandong, told its 1,200 employees last month that any unmarried workers aged between 28 and 58, including those who are divorced, were required to, quote, resolve your personal issues by the 30th of September.
Cunt.
The notice read, what was that?
Maybe single people use chemicals. We don't know. Frankly, we don't want to know.
Yeah. Where's that from? What's that quote from?
That's The Simpsons, the crackers. Maybe single people are eating crackers. We don't know. We don't want to know. We're a family organization.
Marvelous. So that's it. After 20 years, thank you and goodbye. I don't remember saying
I
thank
don't
you.
recall saying thank you or good luck or whatever.
Good luck. There we go. The notice read, if not completed by the first quarter, you must write a self-reflection.
Oh, okay.
If not completed by the end of the second quarter, the company will conduct an evaluation. And if
The
you cannot
smart
get
employees
married,
would just couple up together.
yeah, just fake it. But then, yeah. If you cannot get married and establish a family by the third quarter, the company will terminate your labor contract. The notice
Getting
also
that
called
first down.
single employees, quote, disloyal and disobedient, following a national call for people to get married and have children. Dang.
Interesting things happening in China.
Well, weren't they the country that did the whole shit about you can only have one child?
Mm-hmm. And they're still saying they want you to have a child.
And now they're like, fuck, maybe that was a bad idea because now our population's not doing so strong.
No,
Everybody
their
fuck!
population's still huge. No, they still want everyone to have a child. I don't think they
You
want you to have
sure? I
two
thought they
children,
I thought
but
they nixed that rule.
I know they went from have as many babies as you want to no, just one. And then we gotta like have you do a multiple choice quiz also, just to make sure you could have that one. I remember that much. That was a while ago though. Things
I
change.
remember seeing the documentary, the shit get wild, where like they're like, oh, if they had their one child and it was a girl, and they were like, damn,
No.
now my family name's not going to listen to you, and they're like, do some. Oh, I don't want to get too dark on this, but
Watch the
it
Joy Luck Club. You'll figure it out, kids.
wasn't a good time to be a girl in China.
No.
China.
China.
Chinese media reported that officials from the local human resources and Social Security Bureau visited the company on the 13th of February, nice day before Valentine's, and
Okay.
pointed out that the policy violated Chinese labor law.
Oh,
The company withdrew it the next day.
oh, so some level-headedness that happened. Good. Good for you, China.
But if that happened, if that my company suddenly was like, oh, you need to get married or you're gonna get fired
Hmm.
by the end of September, just find another job. You got
Hmm.
plenty of time.
I have a feeling jobs are a little sketch to find out there. There's
Or
work and then there's labor.
or like you say, just find like, hey, I'm a single guy, you're a single lady. Shall we just have a sham marriage just so we can keep working here?
Mhm.
Bada
I
boom,
think
bada
that would be
bing.
the smart play.
Always got to think outside the box.
Mhm.
So that's a whole lot of bunch of people out there doing not much with their lives, but there are some people that are doing some things with their lives and out there achieving things. So much so that an Irish brewery is going, well done. Top of the morning to you. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
When you doodle on a piece of paper, what do you tend to draw? Are you a doodler?
Not in a while. Not in a while. Maybe a 3D box.
Oh, that's a good one. I do a
Hmm.
lot of spirals.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Do you remember Spirograph?
I do.
That was a
Yeah,
lot
my
of
neighbor had
fun.
that. We spent hours with that thing. I once had a shift at a front desk where I just did an entire maze. Just filled up the entire page. Took the whole 4 hour shift.
Did you ever do? I don't know if it was ever a craze over in the US. Did you ever do the thing where you draw 6 lines on a page and then you just create an S out of it?
Never heard of that. Nope.
See if it'll translate on the camera. So if for those watching the YouTube version, right, you would draw 6 lines. It's just really hard to do while I'm watching the camera rather than actually looking at the piece, right? So you do
This is
six
very
lines there,
impressive.
right? And
Yeah.
then you would do like draw, connect that,
Hmm.
connect that, then draw a little hat and an S.
That's very impressive, Mike. No, I don't know if that was a trend. That's not a thing I've done though.
I must have drawn about 1,000 of those in my lifetime. I don't know why it became a thing, or I was like, oh, look at that. I turn it into an S. Like, so what?
Hmm.
Get a job, Mike. Get a fucking job. There you go.
Later.
What do you do? Let us know. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ooh, this is where this week's world record comes from.
Okay.
Clem Rainkamea. Pretty strong name.
Gives you tight.
Clem Rainkamea An 87-year-old from Tulsa, Oklahoma, has been
This is
officially awarded the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of bricks.
Fascinating.
Yeah, fucking bricks.
No, we're just little. Please expand on this, Mike Fish.
Well, he has a lot of bricks.
I see.
Now, the weird thing about this is that he didn't even care about the Guinness World Record. He just liked collecting bricks. It wasn't until he went out of town when his daughter Celia and son-in-law Dan gathered a group of friends to count and document each item in his brick barn. He has a brick barn.
There's a brick barn. Also, they had to wait for him to leave town in order to achieve this. Like this man is very protective of his bricks.
Oh, he definitely sits outside his brick barn on a chair with his shotgun. Get away from my bricks!
I believe that.
Rain Kamiya returned home and was surprised with an official certificate for the world's largest collection of bricks. Rainmakers, like Clem, I'll just call him Clem. Clem's collection, which he has been amassing for 40 years, includes a Roman brick from AD 100. That's pretty impressive.
Okay, so it's different kinds of bricks then, like cinder block. I was just like, anyways, don't worry about what I was thinking.
But most date from the last few hundred years. The collector said one of his favorite bricks. Oh, he has a favorite brick.
He has to have a favorite brick.
Is a sidewalk brick made at a Washington facility located near where the Pentagon now stands.
Ooh.
So it wasn't like a brick from like the White House or a brick from the Pentagon. It was just a brick made at a facility near a pretty cool building.
Oh. Not where the... Okay, interesting.
It's pretty lame.
I mean, the man's obviously crazy already. He's got a collection of bricks. Do we have a number of how many bricks?
I'm trying to...
40 years. That's going to be a lot of bricks. This isn't like 200, 250 bricks.
No.
I bet there's like
than that.
tens of thousands.
8,882 bricks.
8,000? 8,800, huh? I would have thought it would have been more. Honestly, thought it would have been like at least
Yeah.
15,000.
Slacking, Clem.
Get on it, Clem. Dude.
I'm not gonna. I know I don't want to shame anyone's hobbies, you know. But if you're a man who lives an existence where he's an 87-year-old man. He's lived a life. He's seen some shit.
Sure.
If you have a favorite
if he's
brick,
like
that's weird.
Architecture guy. Like, is he an architect or is he like a plumber? Like, doesn't
I
say.
don't think it ever said.
Hmm.
That would be at least maybe that would be if he was like a retired architect or something,
Yeah.
or a mason. Not mason. Is it
Masonry.
mason?
Yeah,
Masonry?
a mason.
Mason. That's the right word. But no. So there you go. Congratulations, Clem, for getting into the Guinness World Records for the largest collection of bricks.
When you think about it, this actually isn't like the craziest record we've explored.
There was one. What was it? I did remember doing one. Was it the largest collection of toothbrushes?
That's right. Yeah, we had
Rubber ducks. That was another one.
Rubber ducks was a thing too.
But I don't think that woman ever went, this one's my favorite toothbrush. This one.
I bet she does, or at least they didn't focus on it in the article, but I bet she does.
Oh, and then this one, the Colgate Turbo Nutter 5000. Oh, when you get those lonely cold nights, the vibrations just right.
Very Adam Sandler of you.
Ah, so there you go. Congratulations. Anyway, that wraps up the first half of this week's Waffle Box. So it's half time. In comes Kendrick Lamar. It's called Drake a Pedophile. But still, coming up on this week's Waffle Box, Celebrity Birthday, Blackjack, Feel Good Story, Kush reviews the movie, and much more. So stick around if you would. We'd sure appreciate it. But now it's time for a quick commercial break.
Dirt is everywhere. Filthy germs are everywhere. Death is everywhere. It's time to sanitize everything, including yourself. Make your life safe again with Ponch's Advanced Hand Sanitizer. During the day, you are exposed to literally millions of life-threatening germs and viruses. Use Ponch's Advanced Hand Sanitizer several times an hour and protect yourself and your loved ones. It's not neuroses, it's good hygiene. Ponch's is so hard on germs, it burns off the top layer of your skin, leaving you clean and fresh. And it's so strong, it will one day create a drug-resistant superbacteria that will wipe out half of mankind. Ponch's, it's time to sanitize everything.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Yes, welcome everyone back to episode 187 of the Waffle Box. It's March 5th, which means now it's time for another episode of Celebrity Birthday Blackjack. This is a game that I play with Kush, but you can also play along at home. Producer Lathan, if you could tell everyone, all the boys and girls, how birthday blackjack works.
Well, the rules to Celebrity Birthday Blackjack are pretty simple. Mike is going to name 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthdays today, and all you have to do is guess how old they are now. Your score is based on your margin of error. For example, if the celebrity is 50 years old and you guess 53, you were 3 years out, so you score 3 points. If you're lucky enough to guess their age spot on, you get to deduct 5 points from your score. And to win, all you need to do is keep your score at 21 or below, hence why it's called Celebrity Birthday Blackjack.
Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. How you doing, Kush? I think you're
Good. I'm good. We're not. Our record is not reflecting that, but we're doing good.
1 and 5.
1 and 5. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
But it's still there's still a lot of year to go.
Still a lot of year to go. And I'm just putting out positive energy, radiating positive energy for you, buddy. But yes, if you all want to play along and go, and you all watch this standalone video on YouTube, let us know your score in the comment section below. If you are listening to the audio version, hit us up on Twitter at Wafflebox or Blue Sky at WafflePod, or you can hit us up on the text messages at 347-559-5227. Kush, are you ready to play this week's Celebrity Birthday Blackjack?
I'm ready.
Let's hit him up with celebrity number 1.
Number 1.
The Red Hot Chili Pepper guitarist, Mr. John Frusciante. Frusciante. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Johnny Boy. Oh, Johnny Boy, the pipes are calling. How old is John Frusciante?
I'm gonna guess 64.
64?
64.
64. Mr. John Frusciante. 55 today. Happy birthday, John. 55.
55?
55, which
Damn.
means you are 9 out already.
Mm.
Strong start. Strong start.
Number 2.
Number 2 is a man that wants to rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we take it higher. Mr. Eddie Grant. How old is Eddie Grant?
74.
Electric Avenue. He had one other song that was pretty good. I can't remember him, but what was it? 70 what?
74.
74. 74. It's a little bit older than that. 77. Not bad.
Okay.
77.
That's better.
Which takes you up to 12. Not the worst. Not the worst.
Not the worst.
Number 3.
Number 3, star of the TV show Entourage, Mr. Kevin Connolly.
Oh.
Kevin Connolly.
That's E.
Kevin Connolly.
Yeah, I think that's E. I'm gonna just say he's 50.
He is 51. Oh,
Brilliant.
so close.
Very close.
But after 3 celebrities, that puts you at a rather respectable 13.
My odds are a lot better now than they were two people ago.
Celebrity number 4
Number 4.
is the woman that was able to turn Gator's life around, Miss Eva Mendes.
Gator don't play no shit. You feel me?
Stone
Harold is the beautiful Eva Mendes.
Cry. Yeah. Jeez. She's timeless for some reason. Damn. I'm gonna say 50 again.
You want 50 again?
A very good looking 50.
Well, just like Kevin Connolly, Eva Mendes is 51 years old, which takes you up to 14.
Gator's bitches better be using jimmies.
What a great movie.
So that gives you a nice bit of wiggle room heading into celebrity number 5. As RuPaul legendarily says, don't fuck it up.
Fair.
Number 5.
Number 5. The reason everyone thinks Darth Vader is a little bitch. Mr. Jake Lloyd. How old is Jake Lloyd? Poor Jake Lloyd. He was like the OG social media target. That boy got a lot of shit.
He definitely experienced all the toxic fandom. Yeah. I'm gonna say he's 34.
34. Also, if you Google a picture for him, which I had to do for the thumbnail of this bit, he looks like a child. You know what? He looks like a child star that got a lot of shit. He just wears it all in the face. Bless him.
There was a whole high-speed chase thing. Like he got pulled over for a DUI. Like there's been some incidences with the law that, of course, because he's Jake Lloyd, if it was anybody else, no one would care. But the kid from Star Wars had to run on with the law. Yeah. Anyways,
he got pulled over. Do you think he did the whole? This isn't the car you're looking for.
probably not. He was probably pretty beaked out of his mind.
Use the force, Jake. Use this 34. Jake Lloyd is 36, which gives you a final score of 16. Which, it's been a long time coming, Kush.
Yeah, it's good.
Finally.
Nice to have that W.
This week, your winner.
Feels good. Feels
You win. Oh, the comeback's on. 2 and 5. After 7 rounds of Celebrity Birthday Blackjack. Does it feel like a weight off your shoulders?
It felt good. That felt good. It's not my best win, but it was nice. It was still nice. It was appreciated.
I mean, you said, 5 wiggle room there, 5 wiggle room. So that's a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
We got lucky.
Well, there you go. Kush is victorious today on March 5th on Ash Wednesday. If you were playing along at home, let us know in the comment section below. Or once again, hit us up on Twitter at Waffle Box, Waffleboard on Blue Sky, or hit us up on a text message at 347-559-5227. But that wraps up another edition Celebrity Birthday Blackjack. But now, Kush, it's time for your main event, the part that you've been waiting for. You've been sitting there going, God damn, this British bastard talks a lot. It's now my time to take over the show. It's now time for Kush to review a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
This week's movie review is Last Breath. the long-awaited sequel to James Cameron's Titanic, where we get to see what it was like for the survivors who are trapped 100 meters below sea level. Starring Woody Harrelson as a bloated Jack Dawson and directed by Alex Parkinson.
That'd have been a fun movie too.
A zombie Titanic? Oh,
I'm sure, I'd be surprised if that hasn't been done yet.
let's make it
I
happen.
feel like there's a zombie Titanic out there. Anyways,
Anyway, tell us about Last Breath.
we are talking about Last Breath. It is PG-13 and it is a very, very nice 93 minutes.
Oof.
It is written and directed by a man named Alex Parkinson, and Alex actually did a documentary called Last Breath. I think it was on Netflix in the UK. I know you can find it here on Prime for like $2, $3. However, it is a documentary about the true story of this movie. I think that's an interesting tidbit there. Also written by a Mitchell LaFortune and a David Brooks. Stars the aforementioned Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu. Interesting seeing Simu Liu, Marvel's Shang-Chi, in another biopic. Last time we saw him was Arthur the King with Mark Wahlberg. You liked yourself some Arthur the King, if I recall. And then Finn Cole, he plays Chris Lemons, who is the subject of this film. And I'm not familiar with Finn Cole, but apparently he's a big chunk of Peaky Blinders. And then played baby
like it.
John Cena in a flashback in the movie F9. This is a movie about a deep sea diving team, and you're aware, Mike, like there's just a very long cable that connects from the United States all the way to Europe.
Yep.
I'm sure they got
The
other
zip
cables
line.
that go to
Oh,
other
it's
parts.
so exciting.
Yeah, well, these guys get booked to go underwater and literally plug the fucking thing back in. Like, I don't know, it never gets discovered how the thing got unplugged. Maybe a whale swam by it. It's not important, but at some point we do get to the bottom of the ocean outside of Scotland, and my man literally just grabs the thing and boom, and plugs the whole thing back in. It was kind of silly when I saw it. Having said that, though, if you get claustrophobic, this movie is fucking intense, dude. Again, we're talking deep sea divers. I forget what the measurement is, 300 feet, 100 meters. Like, they're very deep down there where there's no light. They have to use flares. They have to use high-powered lights. But
Wait,
they also,
what do they have to
before they
use
can
down
even-
there?
Flares and high-powered lights. Nice. Anyway, they have to decompress in a chamber for 4 days before they can even start their mission. So some intense shit like that. So really not much to say else. Otherwise, the guy who plays Chris Lemons, his character ends up his cable, the thing that's got his oxygen, it's his radio support, it's his video camera. It's all one giant cable that gets caught on a corner.
It's called the
they're in the middle of a
umbilical
big
cord.
storm. The umbilical cord gets caught on a corner and ends up severing, and he's down there with just his reserves. And it's not a lot of reserves. He's got like 10 minutes. They don't get to him in 10 minutes. It takes a whole lot longer. So, like I said, this is based on a documentary. I think if you've ever read a book, you probably know where this goes. It's a pretty intense story. For 93 minutes, it felt like maybe they only had like 88 minutes because there's this weird 5-minute portion of the film that really had nothing to do but explain why Woody Harrelson was so intent on not having the pod leave without Chris Lemons. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, also maybe he was just worried about his teammate. I don't think we need to hear about the extracurriculars of what happened 20 years prior. Yeah, couldn't find a guy. That sucks. He's probably still worried anyways. Again, this is based on a true event. Chris Lemons has apparently got a fascinating story about this, where this guy just continues to cheat death. As a boy, he almost got hit by a runaway camper van. As a teenager, he was swept out to sea in a freak windsurfing accident. And then, One time he went skiing on a skiing holiday in his 20s and was caught in an avalanche, buried alive. Like this dude is like the drummer for Spinal Tap. It's kind of crazy. So, and now he is, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. He survives drowning.
Nice.
How? That you'll have to see the movie. I believe it's a Focus Features film, so it'll probably be on Peacock in the United States sooner than later. But it's very good. It's very intense. Very, again, lots of claustrophobia for me. I would not do this job. Like, I don't care if you offer me 6 figures minimum. No. Kush Hayes will not be underwater and not be in any deep decompression chambers. Having said that, it's a low 4 out of 5.
Woody Harrelson loves nautical movies recently. Do you remember he was on, what was it, The Triangle of Sadness? Remember that?
That's right. Yeah, he wasn't. He was probably the best part of that movie.
He was, but that was a weird fucking
awful.
movie. Yeah, that was terrible.
The movie was awful.
So there you go. Last Breath. Low 4 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. It's got Woody Harrelson in it. What can you go
He's
wrong?
great. Simu Liu is great. The kid Finn Cole, he's pretty good. Yeah, like you're worried.
Before we wrap up this week's movie review, to go full circle from the introduction, I did a little digging. Turns out there is a zombie Titanic movie.
Yeah, thought that would be.
But do you want? There's like a big story behind it, right?
Oh,
Because did you know that there was in 2010 a movie released called Titanic 2?
yeah. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel overnight.
So apparently, the Wikipedia says, despite the title, it is not a sequel to the 1997 critically acclaimed film. So the Titanic 2 was a film set in a replica of the Titanic that sets off exactly 100 years after the original ship's maiden voyage to perform the reverse route by global warming and forces of nature, yada yada yada. Ship sinks again, right?
Yeah. This was an Asylum Pictures, and they do all the mockbusters. So instead of Transformers, Transmorphers. They do all that shit. They're responsible for the Sharknado films. So Titanic 2 is right up their alley. And yeah, again, the ship is called the Titanic #2.
Marvelous. Well, in 2022, there was a movie released called Titanic 666.
Okay, yeah. I think I've seen the cover for that.
And it is a sequel to Titanic 2.
Oh, fun.
Released on Tubi, which hopefully it's still on there, because if it is, I'm watching it as soon as we get off this. And the plot. Now, on Wikipedia, have you ever looked at movies on Wikipedia and it gives you the plot? And sometimes it just gives you everything. Like, I don't really need to watch this movie. It gives you everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to read you the entire section of the plot?
I think
Titanic
me and the Serb
666?
Squad both want you to read the entire synopsis, please.
Because once I'm done with this, I want you to continue listening to this podcast. I want you to finish this podcast. But once I've read this plot, I wouldn't blame you if you're like, fuck this shit, shut this show off, and went straight to Tubi to try to find Titanic 666. Because this plot, chef's kiss.
Okay.
How this didn't win an Oscar, I have no idea.
Have some ideas.
110 years after the sinking of the original, the second replica, Titanic, named Titanic 3, begins its maiden voyage to the original wreck site. And then strange things begin to occur after the ship's arrival. The passengers start turning into ghosts, and as a result, the sink ships. The end. Brilliant.
Okay.
That's it. That's all the information you're getting.
It's very straightforward.
I'm still going to watch it. There was another... what movie? It was a really bad movie, but I owned it on DVD, where it was it was like a ship. It was like... what's those movies where... Final Destination. It was kind of like Final Destination, but on a boat.
Ghost Ship?
Ghost Ship! Boom! That's it. Look at you. That was such a terrible movie. But
Everybody
I remember
gets
having a good soundtrack.
Okay. It would have been probably like 2000, 2002.
I think it had that Mudvayne.
It had that
was
big
on
opening where everybody got bisected at the beginning.
Yes! Like the wires... Oh my God, yes, that soundtrack was so good. Oh my God, I've got so much. I've got a rabbit hole of information to dive down once we get off this. This is amazing. Ghost Ship,
Mhm.
Titanic, 666 on Tubi. Anyway, so there you go. Last Breath, low 4 out of 5. Check it out.
Pretty good.
The YouTube comments on this review are going to be, oh my God, they love us.
All positive for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Love the YouTube comments. Anyway, see you next week. But let's wrap up this week's show with a positive note. Let's make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, shall we? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, why not? All the cool kids are doing it.
It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
I had to do a deep dive for this week's feel-good story because there was a kind of theme running. A lot of the feel-good stories was some bad shit happened to someone. Someone puts a picture on TikTok or Instagram, and then GoFundMe happens, which are all nice stories, but kind of get a bit boring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I found this one. Oh,
what'd you find?
Kush, I think you might need to close your jacket or zip it up or something, because this story is going to make your heart grow so big it might burst out of that powerhouse Hobbs t-shirt.
Okay.
Just warning.
I've been warned, but we'll see what happens.
After nearly 7 decades of marriage, Don and Marilyn Barnett have a love story that continues to inspire. The 94-year-old husband and his 93-year-old wife have a simple but powerful nightly tradition. Don sings to Marilyn every night before bed. Aww. Don says he started doing this about 50 years ago and, quote, discovered a couple of things. He said, first off, it pleased her, and secondly, it calmed us. And if we had a disagreement or something before, it was gone by the time we went to sleep.
Okay.
Their son Doug says the serenade happens every night without fail. Even when Marilyn recently fell and broke her hip, Don never missed a night, continuing singing her at the hospital. Oh.
Yeah, that is a sweet story.
So shout out to Don and Marilyn.
You'd have to be a robot
Barnett.
not to like that.
I bet he's got a terrible voice at that point, though. Bless him.
Well, he's a little old, but you know, I bet he had a pretty good peak.
I wonder what song he sings.
Oh yeah, it's a shame he doesn't say that.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
That'd be great.
Baby got back. Good night, baby. That'd be nice. So there you go. Shout out to Don and Marilyn. Love you both. Boom. On that note, that wraps up another episode of Waffle Box. It's just flying by. We're gonna be soon at our 4th anniversary, Kush. Oh my word! Because what is that? That was May.
It's around Mayish, yeah.
Mayish. Time flies when you're having fun. Like I say, thank you all for watching us. If you do want to support the show, go to enjoywafflebox.com for all the links there. You can subscribe and rate. You can leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts. You can leave us comments on Spotify. You can leave us comments, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You can even go to our store and buy us a t-shirt. So that way you can support the show, keep the lights on, and look snazzy whilst doing it. Also, if you do want to contact the show, you can leave us either a voice note or a text message at 347-559-5227. Kush, from your last week venturing onto this earth, is there anything that's caught your eye? A book, a poem, a podcast, a TV show that you would like to recommend to the Syrup Squad?
There's a channel on YouTube I've been watching for a while, Ya Boy Roshi. They do a lot of anime reactions, but they've also been following Cobra Kai. And the season 6 episode 14 of Cobra Kai that they react to is quite hilarious. So if you like video reactions, ya boy Roshi.
Marvelous. And for me, we talked a lot about wrestling, so why not check out the podcast by the fellas over at Post Wrestling. They've been doing it a while. Do you remember Law? Live audio wrestling from back in the day?
I remember of it. I don't think I listened to too many. I wasn't a fan of those.
John Pollock and Waiting for OGs. They used to work for them, and then their whole thing got bought out by corporates. And so they created their own thing. And now they're doing this. Yeah, it's great. Weekly reviews of all the TV shows. Lots of fun. Postwrestling.com. Check them out.
Okay.
But it's a goodbye from me. It's a good night from Kush. Lathan. Any final thoughts?
Thanks for listening, everyone. And don't forget, if you want to be part of the show, leave us a voice message at 347-559-5227. That's 347-559-5227. Speak soon.
Boom. I said it. Lathan said it. God damn it. Send us some stuff. Anyway, until next week, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.